Mandalorian episode 3, well, third episode, but it's episode 11. Came out yesterday. I watched it twice so far, and I took notes again. The first episode I took notes. Yeah. Last episode I didn't, just because like I was able to like keep up with everything. But yeah, I took a lot of notes. It was a good episode. It starts where the last one left off, with them in the ship. Mando, child, frog lady, and her unfertilized eggs. People were freaking out about last week's episode. Those eggs were unfertilized at that point in the story when the child was eating them. And that's what's, I mean, they touch on that in the second episode, plus an employee of Lucasfilm did confirm that. It's kind of like how a lot of people on this planet eat eggs. They buy them at a store, they eat them for breakfast, they put them in cookies, cake, everything. Pizza dough, there's unfertilized eggs and food on our planet. But yeah, people were freaking out about that. But yeah, anyways, it begins with him in the ship, and he just has serious issues with that ship, so he's not capable of having a good landing. So he's just like hitting the atmosphere of where he's taking the frog lady, which was the moon of Trask. That's where they were headed. But yeah, they had a landing where it was a good landing, but then it tipped and fell into the water, but they got pulled out, and he was greeted by a Mon Calamari, which is the alien that is Admiral Akbar. It's a trap. Yeah, they were greeted by him, and he asked him to repair it. He left the ship with the Mon Calamari, and sorry, I'm just looking at all my notes. I should just talk about it. So yeah, they get there, and then the frog lady, she's reunited with her husband, which is great, and then they walk off, and he goes to Mando and the child go to a restaurant because he's still trying to find Jedi and other Mandalorians. And he talks to when he's there, he's talking to a Mon Calamari server, and he tells him to speak with Quarren, which is the one at the fall, another aquatic race species in the Star Wars universe. They're like kind of at war with the Mon Calamari. But anyways, the Mon Calamari tells him to speak to this Quarren, that they could take him. So then they end up eating, child eats. I didn't mean to say that though. It has a chowder, and a creature comes out and attacks poor little child's face. So much going on with the child in these episodes. But yeah, they're on the boat anyway. You see that boat. That's that quick scene in the trailers that they had, and the Quarren opens up a space in the ship, and there's water in there, and the Quarren hits the baby in there, or the child, sorry, and the child falls in the water, and this creature comes up, and the child is quick to close his bassinet again, and then the creature just closes its mouth and pulls it in, and then Mando, he dives into the water, and then the Quarren closes it again, and he's stuck in there. Oh yeah, by the way, spoiler, of course, almost 4 minutes in, and I forgot to mention that. Spoiler. But he dives in, and they close him in because the Quarren want his Beskar armor because it's worth a lot of money. And then all of a sudden, bam! Some Mandos come in, and then pew, 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 kill all the Quarren. He gets saved, and the Mandalorians, after they're done fighting and they save the child, the Mandalorian, take off the helmet, and of course he's got something to say about that, just like the first episode. And his first thing to say is, "Where'd you get that armor?" Because with his group of Mandalorians, they don't take off their helmets. But that's like what the current Mandalorian code is. But real Mandalorians, they come from the planet Mandalore, and that's what they are. And the main Mandalorian out of the three is Bo-Katan, which is from the Clone Wars series, the animated series, and also she shows up in the animated show. Clone Wars takes place in between Star Wars episodes 2 and 3 during the Clone Wars, of course. But then she shows up again later on in the animated show Rebels, which is a few years before episode 4. And in this episode, she's looking for the dark saber, which Moff Gideon has at the end of season 1, episode 8, because that belongs to the Mandalorians. That's their weapon. But yeah, anyways, they take off the helmet, and Mandalorians that originate, like, the ethnicity from the planet, the species, not species, but ethnicity from the planet, they can take off their helmet. Got a call, and it popped up a message. But yeah, they can take off their helmets. It's just the new. I took notes. Mando, when he was rescued, they're part of a new group of them. Man, I took good notes. They're just called the Watch, is what Mando's is, but Bo-Katan, she comes from Death Watch and the Night Owls, specifically for Mandalorians, and they could take off their helmets and all that. It's just, again, part of Mando's creed that they don't take the helmet off. But yeah, he joins them because they tell him that Imperials are stealing from Mandalore, so they've been, like, taken back what the Imperials have been taking from Mandalorians and Mandalore. And so yeah, they wanted his help. They want him to get on a Imperial ship that's going to take off from the bay that they're at. So they get on, again, taking out stormtroopers left and right. It's awesome Mandalorian armor action, I mean. But then he later finds out that they are looking for the darksaber. So that's when it comes in later on. But yeah, and the Imperials, they can't be caught. So Gideon says, you know what to do, something like that, because they speak with him, the Imperial captain on the ship. He kills the 2 guys in the cockpit with him, and of course all the stormtroopers are gone because the Mandalorians opened up the cargo hold and they flew out the back hatch. So it's just the captain, and then the Mandalorians catch him, and Bo-Katan is like, I might not kill you. He's like, yeah, but Gideon will, or something like that, and he bites down on something which kills him. But anyways, they're able to bring the ship back up and not have it crash into the ocean. And then at the end, so he found some Mandalorians, but he also still needs to find Jedi. So Bo-Katan, I forgot to say, I did, Bo-Katan. This is the first live action appearance of her. It's always just been animated. But then also she mentions that the Jedi that he could find is Ahsoka Tano from Clone Wars and Rebels as well. This is going to be her first live action appearance as well, and everybody's been wanting to see this in a movie or a show. And Bo-Katan says that he'll find her on Caladan, which is city of Caladan, which is on the forest planet of Corvus. So that's awesome. So yeah, I think I summed up this week's episode pretty well. But yeah, so we're going to see Ahsoka Tano. I don't know if it's the next episode or maybe that's going to be a side mission the next episode, kind of like episode 2 was with the spiders. But yeah, we should be seeing Ahsoka Tano soon. So that's exciting. Good stuff. I can't wait. This is a good season. I'm happy with everything. The first episode, the second episode, and this one. But it was cool to see Mandalorian action, but with the ones from Clone Wars. So that was really cool. Keep getting phone calls from telemarketers. But yeah, so it was a good episode. Definitely check it out. And that's it. Stay positive, stay safe, take care, enjoy life. Sorry, keep seeing stuff. But yeah, have a great weekend, great week, every day. Peace. Oh, and also, hi, my name is Ryan, no spaces. Tell all your friends. Thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe, hit the bell, and peace.